Hey, what's up? I got a comment recently on one of my gig logs. Now, I don't remember which gig log it was. I don't remember who left the comment, so forgive me for not giving props on this. But it was about the content of my gig logs, specifically the music in my gig logs. It was more of a question. Why is it that whenever they watch one of my gig logs, the music I'm playing is very mainstream? I'm not playing new music or trying to introduce the crowd to new music. Why is this? Well, it's kind of maybe a complex answer, so I'll do my best to make a long story short, but I'm not very good at that. Usually I make a short story long. Ask anybody who knows me. I usually give way back history on things, so I'll probably end up doing this in this video. Forgive me. I know why I do it, and I know I have to do it, but to explain why it's that way might take a little time. But I will say that myself, and maybe a lot of you as well, are not typical when it comes to listening to music. You're not necessarily casual music listeners. A lot of you are music lovers. Some of you, maybe not. Maybe you found one kind of music that you like, and that's kind of all you like, and that's all you're interested in. I kind of feel sorry for you people, because there's a lot of great music out there to check out and to listen to and absorb. But some of you are like that. Then there are others out there, maybe who are a little more like me, who like a lot of different kinds of music. And not only do they like the music, but they can tell you why. They can take a specific song and they can tell you why they think it's a good song. And then on the flip side of things, they can take a song that they dislike and they can tell you why they hate it. I can do that. I know why I like things and why I don't like things. Music is probably my favorite thing, and that's one of the huge reasons why I'm a DJ, is because I'm a music lover, and this is the closest I think I can get as a profession to just kind of, dig on music. Now, having said that, I don't necessarily dig all the tunes I play at gigs. Every once in a while, yeah, but anyway, a lot of people who I'm playing for are very casual music listeners. They're into other things. They like music, but music isn't their main thing. Music isn't their life, I guess. Maybe they have hobbies. Maybe they're into sports. Maybe they're into cars. Maybe they're into their career. Maybe they're a doctor or an attorney, or who knows. And they know an awful lot about being a doctor or an attorney. They know a lot about cars. They know a lot about sports, whatever the case may be. And they're casual music listeners. So what types of casual music listeners do I normally play for? Two different groups I'm seeing a lot, especially at Evolve. That would be people younger than myself, probably 30 and under. I'm 37 years old. So they're younger people than me. 30 and under, it's like a different generation than what I am. And then there's the baby boomers. What is a baby boomer? A baby boomer is someone born after World War II up until about 1964. It's a whole group of kids who historically had it pretty good, and they were spoiled. There's a whole lot of them, because after the war, a lot of GIs came home and had a lot of babies. That's just how it worked. They'd been, out in the field being a soldier for a long time. They had a lot of babies. So there's a whole lot of baby boomers. And the baby boomers typically they like older music. 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s as well. Now, why do they like this music and they don't like new stuff so much? I think a casual music listener likes music for a few different reasons. I think they like tunes that they're really familiar with. They've heard at maybe the bar, or they've heard on the classic rock station. Is familiar to them. And the other thing that they may dig is music by association, meaning, well, that would be the same thing as the bar, I guess, but this goes a little deeper. Maybe the song that was playing, or the types of music that was popular when they were in college, because college those were the best years of their lives. Or maybe they were in high school and those were the best years of their lives. And they got out of high school, they got out of college, they got married, had a family, and they don't party anymore. But back in college they were partying, So when they hear those songs from way back when, it takes them back and makes them want to party. They don't really have time to dig on new music. And then the younger set just wants to be hip. And you get a lot of that. And even my age people do that. They'll want to hear, especially the girls. It's like I'll see a woman who looks my age or older come up and just ask for, you know, T-Pain and Lil Wayne and Kanye, and they just can't get enough of it. They want to show me how cool they are by making these requests. It's kind of cute, really. Kind of pathetic in another way, I guess. But at any rate, you'll have that. The newer group wants what's hip and new. There's no room for middle music with them. They don't kind of like a song. They either really like it or they really hate it. But they're casual listeners. They really are. They're not in it for the soul and passion of it. They're in it because it's cool and hip and that's what's going to make them move around. And there's nothing wrong with that. So for that reason, it's really hard for me to turn them on to new music. The people or the entities that are responsible for turning them on to new music would be MTV, BET, television shows, movies, and of course the radio. And all of this stuff is owned by these great big giant companies. Nobody's listening to, like, you know, independent, listener-supported public radio. Not many people. I do, but most people don't. They're listening to whatever's cool and hip, and that's what they're feeding into. And they hear it over and over and over again, and with that repetition, they decide they like it, and they go with it. But yeah, they're not like heavy music listeners. The crowds that I play for, especially, let's like take Evolve for example. Every night is amateur night. This is not a cool hip club that people go to on a weekly basis. This is a hotel lounge slash bar slash club that they go to after their convention. Maybe, I don't know, a whole bunch of, candlestick makers show up and have a big candlestick maker convention. They sit through a day's worth of seminars, they go to a dinner, they go to an awards banquet, and then at 10:30, 11 o'clock they go to the bar to blow off some steam. And when they get there, you know, they haven't been out in a long time, they want to hear what's familiar to them, so I have to play it. And if I threw out a tune that maybe wasn't something that they had committed to memory, they wouldn't dig it. I know a gig log I did a while back, I did it at a house party, a Christmas house party, and I remember specifically putting on Leo Sayer's You Make Me Feel Like Dancing. One of my favorite songs. I don't know why, every time I hear that song I'm happy. Whenever I go to New York City, I go into the nicest little bar lounge club I can find. I tip the DJ however much it takes to play You Make Me Feel Like Dancing by Leo Sayer. That's just my thing. And eventually it's enough money where he'll do it. So it's just kind of a fun thing. But anyway, I put the tune on and it cleared the floor. Until they heard him start singing, You Make Me, you know, and then it's like, oh, I know that song, and they all came back on the floor. The beat didn't change. So they were cool with the beat once they got on the floor, but before they knew what it was, they wouldn't even try. That's just how people are. They need familiar music for whatever reason they need it. Long-winded video, and I apologize for rattling on. If any of you feel differently about this, please leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know how you feel. Let us know what your take is on this. But yeah, I'll knock this off before I start rattling on any more than I already have. Practice and enjoy.